Hey guys, I'm just really frustrated right now. When I record, usually I don't have a problem. Usually it doesn't change, but every once in a while it changes from my mic, from my external mic to my internal mic. My internal mic sucks. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Can't stand the clicking, the constant clickety click, 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 click. Ugh. And it showed up again, and I'm just really frustrated about that. But I don't want to rant too long about it. So yeah, we'll continue. It's just I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully I never have to deal with this again, but I have a feeling I will. It's really frustrating, and I want to deliver the best content I can give to you guys. We'll see where it goes from here. Hey guys, we're gonna do chapter 4 real quick. Found my glasses. They're at school. I left them at school. But yeah, I found them, so that's good. I mean, I don't really need them for reading, but it's helpful for me in person, and these are like expensive. They're like over $100. You know, yeah, it's good that I have them back. And we're chapter 4. I'm doing this a little later than I usually do. And so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the editing done before class starts. Class starts for me at noon, and I've got it's a little past 10 right now. So we'll see. We'll see if I can read this. This is a shorter chapter. It's less than 2,000 words. We'll see if I can edit it in time. I don't. There's like no way the rendering is gonna finish before class starts, but if I can finish the editing at least, I'll be happy with that. And then when I get back, I can like put it on YouTube or whatever. Okay, here we go. Chapter 4. Back in the hotel, Spike woke up while stretching his limbs out with a yawn. It was still pretty early in the morning, but not too early that the dragon would be too tired to wake up on his own. Ah, that felt good for a while. Felt like I finally got some space to myself. He stretched his back as he looked around the room. Something seemed off to him. Twilight wasn't there, so he was alone in the room himself. He cocked his head to the side in confusion. I really do have space to myself. Twilight must have left. She probably went off to that library she's been going to every day since we got here. He hopped out of bed, and audible cracks were heard as he gave himself one final stretch. While he continued to look around, he spotted the small bucket of Sal Arabian gemstones Twilight kept for Spike. Though she wanted Spike to eat in moderation, he was too greedy to resist the beautiful rock's charms. Maybe 2 gems wouldn't hurt. He proceeded to walk over to it and pick up 2 of the gems. One a tiny gleaming topaz and another an irresistible average-sized amethyst. He threw up the topaz in the air and caught it on his tongue. He started to suck on the amethyst as he walked out the door of the hotel room. He made his way to the streets of the city. They were full of resident ponies, out to just wander about or tend to business. Some were conversing with others about whatever, but those were only a distraction. Also, I apologize if you if you hear the construction outside. I can't really do anything about that. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud. He made his way out to the streets of the city. They were full of resident ponies, out to just wander about or attend to business. Some were conversing with others about whatever, but those were only a distraction. Spike had his mind only set on the gem he was sucking on, but most importantly finding Twilight. He had been around the city enough times to know where to go if he ever needed to get somewhere specific. The first stop he would try would obviously be the place he most expected the studious mayor to go. He set out in the direction of the library. The furthest point Spike traveled to was a market area of Saudi Arabia. He would have kept going if he hadn't just heard audible laughing. Its source being nearby a hut a few feet from where he was standing. Out of his own curiosity, he proceeded to head inside. He didn't know what to expect. He didn't know what to expect to see in there. When he did, he saw who the laughing was coming from. He didn't know it, but he was staring in the same pony who had tricked Twilight into opening a bottle that inexplicably sucked her in. He decided to approach the stallion. "Excuse me, sir, but I thought I heard laughing coming in from in here." Spike's voice startled Malachar, which in turn caused him to turn around to face the small dragon in reaction. He didn't expect a visitor only minutes after he had successfully captured a pony in a bottle. "Why, hello there, little dragon. You wouldn't happen to be Spike, is it?" Two things caught Spike's attention. First was Malachar's tone of voice, which sounded nervous. Why it did was of no importance to the baby dragon. The second was that the stallion somehow already knew his name. "Oh wow. How did you know my name? Am I famous? Does everyone in Saddle Arabia know of Twilight Sparkle's #1 assistant?" Spike put his hands on his hips in a proud manner. Malachar was puzzled by Spike's ego, but laughed a little nonetheless. "Sure, let's go with that." This boosted Spike's ego a bit, as if it wasn't already high enough. But then that's when he remembered his lavender pony friend and coughed a bit. "Anyway, do you have any idea where my friend Twilight Sparkle went? When I woke up earlier, she wasn't in her hotel room, so I figured she must have went back to the library. But I just wanted to be sure. Have you seen her?" Malachar was hoping Spike wouldn't ask about Twilight, though he had a good chance to keep the bottle containing out of his sight of the baby dragon. He didn't want to risk him finding out, as if he expected something bad to happen if Spike ever got near it. However, before he could answer, Spike started to look around his hut. His face was mixed between fascination and wonder. Some of Malachar's bottles and pots were impressive, while others seemed not so much in Spike's opinion. "Nice place you got here. You have so much cool, priceless stuff. Why don't you sell some of these things to get yourself a better house than this old hut? I bet they would fetch a lot of bits. I prefer to keep things more natural. I'm old-fashioned like that." Spike gave him a rather odd look, thinking he was a bit mysterious for being old-fashioned. Then again, Spike didn't know much about Saddle Arabian ponies other than what he read in the book, what Twilight told him, and what he experienced himself. He concluded that the ponies were old-fashioned. By the ponies, I mean the ponies in Saddle Arabia. Okay, but don't blame me when on a rainy day those clay walls droop and ruin all your stuff. Malachar rolled his eyes at the statement. "It rarely ever rains here. Saddle Arabia is in the middle of the desert." "Oh, right." "Whoa!" Spike spotted the bottle containing the glowing purple smoke inside. Malachar froze when he noticed. Did the dragon figure it out? Did he know Twilight was in the bottle? Thoughts raced in his mind as Spike admired the bottle from afar. "That's a cool bottle. There's even a swirling purple smoke moving aside. Is that like a lava lamp?" Malachar sighed in relief. Spike was clueless after all. Yes, it's a lava lamp." "That's so cool! But wait, why is it themed on Twilight? I mean, both the mist and the color of the bottle is almost the same exact color as her coat fur. It even has her cutie mark gem encrusted on the side." Malachar sweated. Spike probably had an idea now. "It's a collectible. There's one for each of the elements of harmony. They're really hard to find, so I'm really glad to have possession of this one." "They're selling merchandise for Twilight and her friends now? Why does no one ever tell me these things? I could collect all the rarity items they're selling." "Also, I wouldn't mind an Applejack action figure with real apple bucking action. Yeah!" "Give me a sec." An Applejack action figure with real apple bucking. Wow. Man. Spike proceeded to kick the wall, and the sudden shock caused a vase sitting on a shelf to shake and fall. If it were not for Malachar quickly running over and diving to the spot, it would have fallen, and catching it before any real harm could be done. It would have smashed into pieces on the floor. After placing the vase back into its spot, he sighed and glared at the little dragon. "Watch where you're hitting things, fire breather." The Spike backed away from the wall, realizing his mistake. "Oops, sorry." After that silly mistake, he returned his attention to the glowing Twilight-themed bottle and started to walk towards it. "So, can I take a closer look at?" But before Spike could reach his claws out for it, the beige stallion galloped over and pushed him away. "No, under no circumstances do you open that bottle." Spike was taken aback by Malachar's sudden reaction. "Aw, why not? Because Spike raised an eyebrow. He was beginning to raise some suspicion. "She? Who are you talking about?" In response, Malachar started stammering. Like your mother or something?" "No, yes, my mother will be very mad if that bottle is open." You still live with your mother? But you're a full-grown stallion." Although Malachar didn't really live with his mother, he slightly blushed at the accusation. He kept his composure and acted angry. "That's it, little dragon. It's time for you to..." Before Malachar could finish his sentence, a knock was heard at the door. He groaned in frustration, then turned back to Spike. "You stay here and touch nothing. I have to go deal with whoever's at my door." He then headed for the door, shaking his head in disbelief. When he opened, he was presented by two saddle Arabian guards. One of them spoke directly to him. "Malachar Manat?" Now, Malachar was even more scared and nervous than before. "Yes, officer? We need to talk with you. Come with us." "Wait, right now? As in, right now? "Yes, but I can't! The dragon here..." The guard cut him off. "You can discuss business with the young dragon when you get back. Now, come with us." "But we weren't..." He suddenly stopped. He sighed, knowing it was useless to argue with the guards without risking further questioning. So he went along. As he left, he gave a piercing cold stare to the young dragon, who stared back as they walked away. What was that all about? Oh well, at least they can get a full look at this baby. Spike returned his attention to the Twilight-themed bottle. Malachar's words echoed through his head. The ones that told him not to touch anything in his hut, especially the purple bottle swirling with glowing smoke. Picking it up and touching it wouldn't hurt. He reached his claws out, picked it up, and looked through it. Wow, I could see right through it. Everything is so purple. Spike stared at it another typo. Spike stared at it for a few seconds before looking to his left and right. He was tempted to open it. However, Malachar's mother truly got mad. He could simply bail out of the situation. Spike didn't live here, so he figured if the bottle released smoke that made up the lava lamp, it could easily get new smoke. But he thought to himself, should we open it in the house, or would it be safer to go out there with it? There was a possibility that the fumes could have been toxic and could have made Spike sick, or worse. But then again, accidents happened all the time, and he doubted the smoke could have been lethal. Besides, it was like there was barely enough to make any suffocating amount of smoke come out. As it appeared to Spike that there was a small amount of smoke, he shrugged and grabbed open the top and popped it off. He set it on the ground in front of him, waiting for something to happen. Nothing happened. Perhaps the bottle was nothing special at all, or at least Spike thought. End chapter 4. So yeah, that was a cliffhanger. Cliffhangers are pretty cool, I guess. Kind of decent. I'm so happy I have my glasses back. Yay. Yay. Alright. So yeah. I guess I'm gonna finish this. Be sure to see more content of me in the future. I'll probably get to chapter 5 on Wednesday. And see you guys then. Also, of course, linking this stuff in the description like I always have. Pay attention to it. Click on it. Read it. You'll love it.